Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyaye sibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo. Siyaphinda-ke futhi sikhulume ngama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers ethu ala eMzansi. If it is your first time joining me today and you really like my content, there is a subscribe button la ngezansi. Kanti-ke futhi there is a notification bell if ufuna ukuthola ama-notifications uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesewufakile. Namhlanje ngifuna ukukhuluma ngeBala Brothers, just a few things that happened in this episode. This was episode 4 of season 1 of the Bala Family. Guys, forgive me if I ever say the Bala Brothers. Angazi nami ukuthi why. I always find myself saying the Bala Brothers. So in the first scene here, we get the mom and the dad. They are back from do they call it a retreat, which I think was good for the family. And I think the idea of a retreat must have come up because, of course, when they wanted to do the show and the producers discover that these people have issues, some of the family members are not speaking to each other, and they felt like, you know what, let's do this retreat so that everybody's on the same page and we can move on and shoot the show. And I think it was a good idea. I think it worked. Okay, but we'll see as the season goes. So here, Zwai's mom and stepdad, Bab Jafta, they're sitting at home. Bab Jafta is coming from seeing his children. Remember, they met as, older people. They already had their own kids. Bab Jafta says he has 2 girls and 2 boys. I believe that they are grown. And he says that he was married to the first wife. They never had kids. The first wife passed and then got married to the mother of his kids. The marriage didn't work out. Something similar to Zwai's mom, and then he married isithandwa sakhe-ke lesi. So now they're saying they want to celebrate their anniversary. Azange ngihleke kanje when uMakazwayo was saying ukuthi, you know what, I'm just happy now that the kids know about our relation. I have accepted our relationship because they knew about it, but they just had issues with the fact that they got married without telling them. So now she's happy that that issue is resolved. Now they can celebrate their anniversary. Now I post it on Facebook. I was like, hey, siyababambezela omama bethu because befuna ukupost. Guys, if your mother is dating, accept the relationship because your mother cannot wait to post. I thought it was funny because Shame Mama has been wanting to post, couple goals on Facebook. And nabo Zwai, nabo Pink, abafuna ukuthi post. Anyway, you guys, I think they're planning something like a party where they want to celebrate their anniversary and they want to bring the kids together. That's gonna be weird, honestly. I just imagine now dating with your kids being grown as they are now. They have to meet each other, but I think they have to do it for their mom. You guys, I don't know why as Black people, um, when somebody loses a partner, especially a woman, and they decide to move on with their lives, it's just it is looked at different. I don't know, because honestly, if you think about it, I mean, the person has to find their partner. Unlike our moms, who just decided to like stay single. Baze baguge beyi-one, I don't understand why it was like that. Why can't you just find another partner when your kids are grown? And it's not really going to be a problem with that. Why wouldn't you just find somebody? Be allowed to find a partner if you can, you know? So they want to do something like that. And now the other scene was Upelo. I didn't even know what Upelo was wanting to be an actor, or he was an actor. I didn't know that. So he was auditioning for a part. And I actually realized that he was auditioning for a part with Gqeberha, the series that is on Mzansi Magic. And he didn't get the part because we already the scene that they were acting there was the scene that has already, we saw it on Rebecca actually. So I think that other guy now got the part, so he didn't. And I think he's not a bad actor, but you can see that he was very nervous doing that audition. I don't think I can understand why he didn't get the part, okay? But I hope that he gets another part in the future just for us to see how he does, Anyway, but he was very nervous when he was doing that audition. So they were doing it, they were taping it, and I think they were gonna send the tape to the people that wanted to see him audition, and then they said that the next Monday they were gonna get back to them to say what's him. Did he get the parts or not? Okay, I think Uloyiso came just to support him, which he was very happy about. Uloyiso knows why really. I think their relationship is better than a relationship ka Zwei and Phelo. Okay, and so I don't know. I think maybe Upelo knows why it's that last born, first born relationship thing that is usually there with the families, but they just struggle to get along. Okay, and then Upink is just it's the only girl, and I feel for her, but yeah, you guys. So at the next part, Upink was spending time with her daughter. I think her daughter's name is Ulisa, grown daughter. I think she's at university or college, and they were just spending time together. And she does talk about the fact that she has raised her as a single parent. I think it did mention before that she was married, but I think we do need clarity there whether the person that she was married to is Lisa's father or someone else. And but she does say that Lisa she raised her as a single mom, and apparently she's studying, and she was talking about how expensive it is. She gets statements are like 300,000 that she's owing, which is like the fees for 2 years. And I understand how it could get to that. I mean, my daughter's doing first year. I think we have like 84,000, like including res. So, guys, yeah, education is expensive. Okay, so like she was saying that sometimes the statements will come and she doesn't even want to open them because of how stressed she is. I wonder if she could get NSFAS, and maybe it's because her mom is working, if she is working, but that is a lot, you guys, and I understand the stress there. And lapho, while Upink is stressed about the fees that are like 300,000, usisi is like saying, hey, mina, this course, I don't think it's fulfilling. Imagine, guys, you already owe 300,000 for this person's studies, and in there she is thinking, no, this course doesn't align with whatever. Ha! Hey, guys, listen. Uma ungakazali, sale sewuma lapho. Stop right there. Do other things with your life. I am telling you, ziyakhala kwa-parenthood. But they have a good relationship. I liked it. I really liked it. I liked it for Pinky because Pinky is the only girl at home. It's like now in her daughter, she has a daughter, but she also has like kind of a friend. And they start talking about her boyfriend that she has broken up with because the boyfriend wanted to go and find himself. Iy'ngane zanamhlanje, guys. Kuqala thina wawungaliwa walelwe ukuthi umuntu he is going to find himself. Hayi, futhi nje umfana wayengakwali. Wo owawala umfana. Sometimes for no reason. Imjolo yanamhlanje is too serious, The boy wanted to go and find himself. He wanted to go and work on himself. Hey, yani. Anyway, you guys, yeah, so I like that they can talk about things with their mother. It's very hard to draw the line as a mom, like, because I also feel like when you are too friendly with the kids, sometimes it doesn't work. Like when you are like chommy with the kids, it doesn't work. But at the same time, you do want to create a space where your children know that they can come to you when they need to. And if you create a space where they can't come to you and tell you stuff when it's just fun, they're going to have a difficult time coming to you when they have a difficult time, So yeah, you guys, I think for her, she has created that space where they talk about everything. The daughter does ask Pinky too, what's happening with your mjolo, mommy? Hey, ngathi ngiyabona sengibuzwa. Athi yena no, I think she has learned her lesson in the past that you know what, she's gonna take time to introduce people because sometimes you introduce people to your family, to the kids, bagugile, and but she's decided because you know what, when it happens, it will happen, but she's just not gonna rush the introduction to the kids. Okay. Now, the next episode, it was Uzwai. We get to meet the kids. I think her sons, Ushon, Nononi, and then Kunonzulu, who's like 2 years old, and a little girl. Okay, Ushon is like the older son. Ulita is also Shon, and then Unoni is the second born. Beautiful kids, you guys, beautiful kids. I think there were some people that asked what happened to Zwai's wife. You know, Zwai's first wife, they did get a divorce, and then he went on to have his girlfriend and had a child with her, which is Unzulu. And yes, you guys, Zulu's very cute. And she runs the family. So they were all in the same house. But he goes on to explain that they do not live together, but he makes every effort to spend as much time as possible with them. They made that decision with the ex-wife that no matter what happens, they were going to try and support the kids as much as possible. And he was actually the one that moved out of the house because he just felt like if he moves out of the house, then the kids have as much stability as possible. And I guess that the younger daughter also, even though she has a different mom, she is allowed to come to that house, which is great, you guys, because they're spending time, all of them together. They seem to love each other. I like that for the kids. Okay. So, but then he goes on to explain to them the relationship with him and the baby mama of the younger kid, Unzulu, is not very good. She says she's made attempts at making it right, but it just they don't get each other yet. Okay, and I'm guessing that the breakup is fairly new. So when you're dealing with the breakup and you're also dealing with parenting a child, that is difficult. Whereas with the ex-wife, the kids are much older, so maybe that's the reason that they were able to, and also they were together longer. So I'm guessing that that's why it's been easier to maintain a healthier relationship with the ex-wife than it is to maintain that healthy relationship with the girlfriend. But yeah, that was his complaint. He is trying to teach his son, you know, more Xhosa things. Like for an example, Itakazelo, which in Xhosa they say what's it's a clan name, but there is a Xhosa word for it, Itakazelo. Yeah, but he was just trying to teach him that. He also was talking about into yembeleko. I didn't know ukuthi amaXhosa naye ayenza imbeleko yomntwana. And then I don't know if I can say Uzwai seemed confused to me or what, because she talks about Christianity being like the thing that guides the family in the way that they do things, but then also at the same time he's talking about izimbeleko. It's almost like he wants to go back to doing things more traditionally, but then there is that Christianity background that he has, so he confuses me sometimes. Whereas Uloyiso, he is like straight Christian, okay, follows the Christian way. So Uzwai for me angikho clear ngaye. It's like Ulo is a Christian, Phelo, you know, obviously because it's Angoma tradition, and then with Uzwai, he's in between. I'm not understanding what's happening there, okay? And then the next one, I think they just wanted to really show us Loisu's family. And there are three girls. She was up in the morning trying to get the girls ready for school. We know how crazy it gets. She says she wakes up at 5 a.m. in the morning. You know, as a mom, sometimes you're like, why am I waking up? Am I the one going to school? I remember when my kids were young, I couldn't wait for them to get to a point where you can just set an alarm. They wake up on their own, they iron their own clothes, and I just wake up and I can just raise my head in the morning. Ukuthi umuntu doesn't have uhlakahla ebusweni, and then they can go and then ngimboze ngilale. When I'm not going to work, you know, because it's so difficult. Yo, guys, it's so difficult in the morning when the kids are younger. So she's going through that craziness, but she does have a live-in helper or nanny because the two girls go to school, and then there's a younger one who's not at school yet, and they live in GQ Gqeberha. Okay, people always say I pronounce that wrong. Okay, so and always again I was in Durban this time because he has an R&B singer that he has to shoot a music video for. I didn't know that Uloiso sang gospel now. So now he is going back to singing. Hey, I have not updated on music, I guess. I didn't know that he was now singing gospel. So now he's going back to singing R&B, and he's not sure how people are going to receive that, you know. And then he meets with Ukaya Mthethwa in Durban, and because what Ukaya, why was he meeting up with Kaya? Or they were just hanging out because they're friends, or is he going to help with the video? I don't know, but they do meet up and just have a conversation with him. And also he met up with Gigi Lamayne, okay? And then they were just talking, innocent talking. But I was like, Lois was a little bit too touchy. He was like touchy with Gigi. And I was like, married man, do you even remember that you are married? Nothing inappropriate, you guys, but I think that when you are married or in a relationship, sometimes there's just that distance that you have to keep between you and the sex of the opposite. The opposite sex, kind of let distance, arm's length, you can give a hug and then, go back to the distance. Hey, but they just kept, the space between them kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I'm like, hello, yes. Hayi ngikuthembile mos. Hey, asifuni ukuthi next time bese ngiyabuya la ngithi, hey guys, do you remember when we were watching season 1 of Bala Family? You remember that scene? Hey, I don't want to come back here. Anyway, you guys, that's all that I wanted to talk about today. I think that I liked what they did with this episode, where they just went back to show us what, even though these people are family, they live different lives. So because sometimes with reality shows they would try and make the families shoot scenes together all the time, where that's not the reality of what happens with family. When you are grown up as siblings, you live your own lives. You hardly ever, I mean, when was the last time, I can't remember the last time that me and my other 3 sisters and my brother were together. When was it? Sometimes I'm with my other sister, sometimes it's the other sister. Sometimes it's hard to get everybody together, and that's a reality with families because you live different lives. And so I like that they just shown that. Well, sometimes they're not together. We're not going on retreats a lot of the times with our families, and I like that. And I thoroughly did enjoy this episode, you guys. But tell me what your feelings are with this episode. What did you think of Phelo's acting? And did you see that distance between Gigi and Loiso? What do you think? Aslebe in the comment section. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegona. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Ntanda Kakul.